Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's well. What's going on, Antonio Shee? Good morning, Fanon and Chad. Good morning to you. Andy Gill in the building. What's going on, man? Top of the morning. I hope you're well. Antonio, how you pronounce that? Shia? Said I'm using my account now. Was using my wife's as Valley. Okay, that's you. Okay, I got you, Valley. Got you. What's going on, Jay Kerr? What's going on, Curly J? What's going on, Barbara D? Blessings to you. Wait till some people come on in the chat, man. I put this link up a little bit late. Man, I'm excited for this fight this weekend. I am excited for this fight this weekend. Antonio Hennon, what's up, man? Terrell Jackson, good morning. Good morning, lady. How are you, Miss Drakeford? Give me 1 second. All right, I'm good. Man, my picture looks a little fuzzy today. SB in the building. What's going on, man? Ray Wallace in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, who's winning this fight this weekend? I put up David Benavidez makes big mistake before Morrell fight. Man, I think David Benavidez could be in trouble in this fight, man. I think he could be in trouble in this fight. I really do. I'm a big fan of David Benavidez, but David Benavidez is getting it put in there with a lion, bro. And I don't think there's big enough book out on David Morrell. So I think I'm gonna go with David Morrell for this fight. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm gonna get it wrong, but I'm gonna do it today. At this fight, I'm gonna tell you that I think David Morrell's gonna win. I got David Morrell by decision. Q8701, what's going on, man? Theodore Mays, what's going on? Barbara, I said what's up to the beautiful Barbara D. Antonio, Shushu Bang, he could be. Morrell isn't easy, but he's going to show us. But he's going to show us why he's a Mexican monster. I don't like that nickname. I like El Bandito Roja. I like when he called himself the Red. I like when he called him the red handkerchief or something? The red bandana or something like that. El Bandana Roja. Benavidez too busy worrying about the testing on Morrell. If he's worried about red flag. Thank you, Antonio Chia. Red flag. Yeah, I like that. I like El Bandera Roja. Personally, I like that for his name. The thing for me that's going to be the big deal here is the jab of David Morrell. It's going to be the jab of David Morrell. And David Morrell, yeah, Thomas Cheatwood said, Fernando, you might be right about that fight. Seriously, man, I'm nervous for David. I'm nervous for David Benavidez because David Morrell is just such a talent, man. You know, be well today, Fernando. Salute, chat family. This in today. Hit the like button. God be with you. Please do. And God be with you for sure, Steph Brown. Let that be one thing that always stays with you in your life, man. That's my opinion anyway. Benavidez always looks out of shape. But I'm going to put a link up, man. I want some of you guys to jump up here today and tell me what you guys think, man. Jose Moreno said, Mexican monsters coming to town. Facts. Hey, if he can get by it, if he can get David Morrell, man, who does the winner of this fight? The winner of this fight, they say, is supposed to fight Dmitry Bivol versus Beterbiev winner. I think David Morrell can run I think that's sorry for the slang. No worry, man. It's good. I figured it. I eventually figured it out. Yes, sir. Man, That jab from David Benavidez, David Morrell is what I'm looking for. Now, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not going to be terribly upset. I'm not going to be terribly upset if David Benavidez wins the fight. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm a big fan of David Benavidez, and I'm a big fan of David Morrell. I just think that style, man. Hey, brother, looking good. Pause, health as well. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. I've gained some pounds, though. I purposely got off my diet for a little while just so I could reset my body. Picked up some pounds, but I'm trying to get rid of it. What's going on, growing? David got that speed. Yeah, he does. David Benavidez got speed. David Benavidez got power. The only thing is, did you see how David Morrell was like, did him like the robot? He was like, man, that shit was hilarious, man. But he said, hey, but everybody says that until they get in the ring with him. I think David Morrell's right. David Benavidez said, yeah, man, everybody says that until they get in the ring and then they find something else is different. Step Brown said, that's what they say. The winner gets 175 undisputed. However, that fight could be a trilogy. I hope so. I'll tell you what, Noop. They sold the hell out of this fight. It's going to be live up, and yes, it is. Man, I'm amped. Because now's the day that I can talk about it because it's Wednesday. You got the grand arrivals tomorrow in Vegas. The fighters are they're gonna have a grand arrival tomorrow, so that's gonna be hot. Then they're gonna have the weigh-in on Friday. You know they're gonna go. You know they're gonna be tripping out on that weigh-in, and I'm looking forward to this undercard. Let me see. I think they're fighting in Vegas. Give me a second. Pretty sure they're fighting in Vegas. Somebody's going to give me that answer before I have a chance. Yeah, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. They're going to be at the T-Mobile. Yeah, it's going to be in Vegas. Let me put this link in here, man. Hey, give me your predictions for the fight, man, and let these last. I got Benavidez. I got Morrell by. I know that I'm going on a bad. It's so tough for me to say it, but I think I'm going to go for Morrell in a decision. But you know it's going to be tough for David Morrell to get that call now that I think about it in Vegas, fighting the Mexican. And you know that crowd is going to be big time for Morrell, for Benavidez. Fight sold out, projected $7 to $8 million gate. That's what's up, Phenomenal Show. Man, I can't. What if it's a draw? Cool, run it back. If it's a draw, run it back. Devin S said, me too. I feel mechanic is what is going to be the ultimate. Mechanics is going to be the ultimate factor. Boo Boo wasn't ready for the weight class. I got Morrell by possible TKO. Also, Devon S. Demetrius Andre doesn't have a lot of power. And he was having a hard time against some of those bigger, stronger dudes at 168. Seriously, man. I think Boo Boo is beyond his weight, man. I like David Morrell, but I have David Benavidez washing him. Now, I don't see no washing. KO. Oh! Antonio Shia said 9th round KO Morrell or Benavidez by the 12th. Man. You think he's going to wear him down, huh? Fanon got that Izzy brother going on. What's that? Oh, these chains. Let me put this shit away. I got stuck wearing these chains. I can't take them off now. I can't take them off now. Boo said it himself that the weight for him was too much. Yeah, it's not a good weight. It's not a good weight for him. Not at all. That's why Benavidez got rid of him in 6 rounds. Who was that? He got rid of him in 6 rounds. I don't even remember who did. Oh, David. That's why David Benavidez got rid of Demetrius Andre. Yeah. I might just bet the undercard and watch the main event. I really can't call it. Both got a path to W. Yeah, they do. I don't know who's going to win either one of them. It's part of our culture, Noop. It's all good. What's part of our culture? Phenomenal Show. You know my memory be slipping. Devon has said, nah. Flex your ish for non-facts. Nah. Because if I wear all this jewelry out, people don't think I need support for the channel. Man, dog, what my wife makes is not what I make. Plant was the only one who had the best game plan for Benavidez. Look, the tools that David Morrell are working with are much more severe than what Caleb Plant is working with. What David Morrell is working with is much more powerful than what Demetrius Andrade has. I don't think Demetrius Andrade has the size. Fanon, I think Morrell's power and jab going to be important. Morrell's betterment better not get tired. Oh, hell yeah, he better not get tired. If you see him gassing, woo, Lord, it's just the step up. Yeah, Plant got skills for sure. It's the step up that's crazy. It's just that he's just going up. It's that he's going up that level, man. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he's going up a level, that he's really David Morrell is going to try out David Benavidez has so much experience, man. I mean, how long has he been? He's been fighting for world champions. Hey, it's Wednesday, I think. Super Chat Wednesday. Thank you, LR. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. We got a goal of 15. We got a goal of 15 donations. Cash App counts like a champ, too. Thank you guys for the support, man. And please forgive me for always mentioning the need for support. It's just what it is. It's the business, man. Rick Tim's in the building. What's going on to the man? What's going on, Rick? I want to see, Rick, I want to see David Morrell, Terence Crawford after that. Phoenix Assassin, what up, man? Thank you for the big $50 holler yesterday, bro. Benavidez is going to hit him with 22-piece combo if he gets tired. Going to be one of them combos from Street Fighter on his ass. Oh, my God. When he starts running them off, that's why I like David Benavidez. Because David Benavidez got slow feet, but he got some fast-ass hands with some short fight. Oh, the grand arrivals are today? I thought the grand arrivals were on Thursday, so that's what's up. Good. So we're going to have some good interviews. I can't wait to watch that later on tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna be amped watching that later on tonight. Phoenix is said for sure. You calling Phoenix? You calling the fights with me this weekend? You calling the fights? If you let me know if you're calling a fight with me this weekend, because I'm definitely calling a fight. It's all Canelo's fight. This fight is at least 18 months too early for Morrell. Yeah, I mean, there's that chance, man. But you know, they said that with They said that about Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins, and that fight turned out great. Martin, you have just as much right for support as anyone else in these YouTube streets. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, you know, and I got to step it up because my wife keeps stepping it up. My wife fucking around where I almost don't have to work. I'm like, whoa, she's really doing her thing, man. Canelo ducked buck. Hey, come on. Can I super chat you to call him Canelo one time? Can I super chat you to get me a Canelo? Rick Tim says Pitbull, Jesus Ramos, Carmel are all on the undercard. Ramos and Rosario may be a slaughter. Yeah, it may be a slaughter. And Lubin hasn't fought since his upset win over Ramos. I thought didn't Lubin just have a purse bid? I don't think Lubin's on that card. I think Erickson Lubin's on a pro box card, because I just read that the fight that that they just won that purse bid. Let me look. I'm pretty sure Jake Donovan reported that. Somebody or he. Let me see. Jake Donovan. Yeah, I don't really remember the name of the guy. Phenomenal New. He said, I'm buying a house right now, so I know they are watching my bank accounts, but you know I always got you fired. Thank you. Hey, bro. Appreciate you, man. Especially buying a house. Because they want to know what they be digging, man. We just got a house. Is your wife selling for nine? How she make more money than you? What do you mean is my wife selling? She owns her own she owns a business with some partners, man. And I don't know what you mean by is my wife selling, bro, but I'll go ahead and ignore you for the rest of the conversation. How she make more money than me? The same way a lot of women make more money than me. They be on our shit for they be in your shit for that house, bro. Nah, I just want to read the comments. When David Benavidez dominated his guy, Dank Lucane. When Benavidez dominates a guy his size like he do the 168 pounds, I'm sold. Dude was in 190 at 18. He was bigger than that. He was like 200 something pounds at 15. Vincent in the building. What's going on, man? Go lay down, bro. Nah, I'll just ban you. That was a Haney or a Bud fan. I bet you. Yeah, these dudes gonna build up their courage pretty soon. They're gonna build up their courage and start showing up here again. Oh, by the way, I'm not live on MH Blackwell. So anybody that tried to go to MH Blackwell, I don't have a show up there today. We had a video coming up on MH Blackwell that my son is doing. So you guys go whenever we break that out. That's gonna be the next post. But yeah, that I don't know if Devin has fans. I don't believe Bud has fans. You guys can talk. You can talk all you want. I don't believe Bud got fans. I think Bud's got people that appreciate him. They've got some fans. Don't get me wrong. Like Chill Villa's a real fan. My guy Rick Timms is a real fan. I don't know how many fans he really has, man. I'm telling you. Brooks is a Bud fan. Oh, is he? That's what it is. Look, dude, I'm a Bud fan too for what he does in the ring. Cool Boy, who you got? Cool Boy or Figgy winning? I got Figgy. I got Figueroa pulling this one out. I don't know if Cool Boy Steph has his self-esteem all the way up. Hey, man. Hey, said, why Bill keep telling himself with this Victor Conti shit? The Fed Rico finna hit like a bomb. Dude, when that Rico hits these boys, I'm going to be laughing. Yeah, Starborn's a real fan, too. Starborn's a real fan, too. Starborn's a big fan. I fucks with Starborn. Matter of fact, I got to play him in some chess. And get my ass whooped by this guy 15, 20 fucking times. I quit. I chickened out on playing chess against Starborn, man, because he's whooping me so bad. I think I'm going to go take a class and get back. Cool Boy's worried about fashion. He don't care about... Why you say that he cares about Why you say he cares about fashion? He got that big payday. Yeah, see, that's why I'm kind of with Phenomenal Show. He said, Cool Boy seems like his mental isn't all the way ready right now. Too much going on in his personal life. Yeah, I got Brandon Figueroa winning that fight. And I think Brandon Figueroa was more of an upslide, more of an uptick. And he's already been in the ring with Steve Fulton Jr. I always tell you dudes this, and I mean this. Black fighters that are slick fighters, most have big time problems with aggressive Mexican fighters. You got to be real good at that in order to pull that off, man. You have to be the man to pull that off. Rick Tim said, Cool Boy seems shot now. He's got to show me. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how much confidence is left there for Cool Boy after that loss. But anyway it goes, man, that fight is going to be exciting, man. Any way it goes, that fight is going to be exciting. Hey, does anybody know when Oshaki's fighting again? I know Oshaki's 130, not 126. What's going on, Sunchild? Man, I'm chilling, man. Just chilling, talking this boxing. Phoenix, the assassin, going to allow me to get a cup of coffee. What's up, Phoenix?
Hey, man, what's good? Hey,
good. Hey, do you have time to get a cup of coffee? Or are you on a short one?
I got like 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, man. I'm listening to you.
All right, all right. But yeah, man, I sent you this picture on IG. It's pretty funny. It was I forget who it is on Twitter, but he had just posted Shakur Stevenson and Sean Porter had a sparring session with each other. And it's funny, so you see on it, Sean Porter, he's smiling. He looking like he having a good time. Shakur, man, he holding his fist up in the air, but you look at his face, hey, look like he about to cry though. Like he got his lips all scrunched up and everything. He don't look happy at all. Like, damn, what did Sean do to that kid, man? Look like Sean done whooped his ass and want to say, hey, I'm an OG, but I still got it. And Shakur out there like, man, I ain't ready for the picture yet, man. Let me go ahead and wipe these tears off my face. Like that shit looks so funny to me, man. So you gotta check that out. Uh, on to this weekend though. Benavidez and Morrell. Man, man, that card is stacked like who it was saying earlier in the chat, like, man, they got a whole bunch of people up on there. And I think yeah, Kamel Moden, they just finally announced his opponent. It was a little late because I was looking at the card yesterday or the day before, and they ain't had an opponent listed for Kamel yet, but good to see that they got one locked in. And David Morrell and Benavidez, I don't know, man. I don't know because Benavidez is good at stalking people around the ring, and even though they're able to move, like they're not going to avoid him forever. And he got a pretty good tendency for body shots. Maybe throwing the body shots to slow people down and stuff. You know, he managed to get Caleb Plant to slow down, knocked him down, but like didn't get the stoppage. And his first fight at 175, yeah, he didn't look uh like he normally did. He took some shots, but I mean, it's his first fight at a higher weight class and probably getting used to it. And then Morrell, yeah, he got the power, and yeah, he been knocking people out, but Benavidez got. I feel like Benavidez got so much more experience that you know some of that stuff might not really matter. Every fighter is different. It just depends on the quality of their experience. I mean, shoot, they've been showing them old clips from when Benavidez was younger, like at 15, sparring people like Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik was no pushover.
Heck
You know,
no.
shoot, like Benavidez, being 15 and holding his own like that in that sparring session, like just from the stuff that we saw, like, it's probably something like they had mentioned about Andy, what was it, Andy Ruiz back in the day. When he was a kid sparring
Yeah.
Evander Holyfield. And, Holyfield was like, man, I really had to try. Cause I was like, I can't let this kid be up in here showing me up. Like, he had to actually take it serious. So it could be one of them things like that because, like, with a lot of Latino fighters, they do start a lot earlier than what people start over here. I mean, shoot, Canelo turned pro when he was, what, 14, 15, like the same year
Something
he
real
had his
young.
last amateur fight. So, yeah, so, it just depends on the fighter. And it's not just the experience they have, but the quality of it, like I was saying. So that's something that is going to be a factor. And Benavidez ain't the most nimble on his feet, but at the same time, like, in boxing, it ain't about how fast you are on your feet. It's whether or not you know how to move. Like you can be all as fast as you want on your feet, but if you don't know how to move properly, then you still gonna get clipped. Like Amir Khan when Canelo caught him, and then like Caleb Plant when Canelo caught him. You know what I mean? It just comes down to who moves better, not necessarily who moves faster. So we're really gonna see like how good Benavidez is at cutting off the ring. I mean, like he kind of showed it with Andre, but I mean, Andre ain't really had the best game plan in the first place, and kind of tried to fight fire with fire a little bit and ended up getting burned. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. But me personally, I can see Benavidez pulling it off. I really can. I think that especially since both of them do like to come forward at times, even though Morrell is probably better fighting off the back foot. I think it's one of them things where maybe their egos might get the better of them and it turn into a slugfest, which would be pretty dope. But either way it goes, like I know just with Benavidez experience, I could see him pulling it off. And the fact that he's not nimble on his feet kind of does help him because fighters like that normally tend to sit down on their shots a little more. And Benavidez does, cut the ring off, walk people down, and try to break them down as well as throw combos. So I mean, that's something that Morrell's going to have to watch out for too. I mean, for as much as people say, Morrell got, the movement and equally as dangerous with punching power. His level of opposition, I don't think has been the same as David Benavidez. So that's something where it could be a thing is he's not as ready as people think he is. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Oh, your mic off.
Just yeah, I'm sorry. You can hear me now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That experience is a big thing, man. Especially being on the big stage, just being in the main event and the fight everybody's wanting to see. I think that Benavidez has done that several times. I don't even know if Morello's ever headlined a card. Has he? I don't know if he's
Not
ever
that I
done
could
that.
think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I have to say the experience goes to Benavidez by a considerable amount. But I just think but the talent, man, I don't know. The talent for the lower body talent, the legs are better, I think, on Morrell.
Yeah,
I think Morrell's probably got more power too, at least one punch power, it seems that he does. But that accumulation of blows and that constant pressure from David Benavidez is definitely something that he's going to have to overcome. I didn't mind the guy's prediction where they said, before 9, they think it would be Morrell, but after that, if it goes 12, they think it'll be Benavidez. I think there's something to it. I definitely think Benavidez is going to wait to see those 9, 10, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are going to be big.
yeah. Like another thing is like I was surprised at what Benavidez was able to do with Anthony Durrell whenever they had fought, because Anthony Durrell was no pushover, and he was somebody that had punching power.
Yeah, he
I don't
is.
know how. So like that's another thing like that was at 168. So I mean, Benavidez is also a pretty patient fighter. He doesn't try to rush things. He calm and calculated. So that mental pressure, people underestimate how much that affect people in the ring. I just from
Yeah,
having somebody in your face the whole time and constantly making you move more than you might want to and stuff. Like shoot, that wears on you. That wears on you.
yeah.
Make you feel a whole lot tired than you actually are. So yeah, those are some things to worry about. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and roll out. But yeah,
All
check
right,
check
man. Hey, real quick
check
before
that
you
picture
roll
of
out, who
Shakur I
you have
sent you
on
though.
Steph? Who you got on Steph? Who you have on Kuboy and Figueroa?
I don't know. This Figueroa still got something to show.
Hey man, I saw him in person. Man, that dude is sharp, man. He was
Yeah,
sharp
I mean, like,
when I saw him.
because if he on point, then it could be a pretty even fight. Like that's one that could be 50-50. But I mean, a cool boy Steph I ain't really a fan of, so I'm gonna just go with Figueroa.
Oh yeah, he said I ain't a fan, so you just go with the other dude. Like that shit, because you be bright. Hey, you can afford a couple of those, man. People are out here amazing, man, that there's not been any hate this morning, man. You ain't come on, man.
Oh, you got to put up that picture of Shakur I sent you.
Oh, but
It's on IG.
okay, I get it.
Hey, it's kind of funny. I was telling him like he just got done sparring with Sean Porter, and Sean Porter is all smiles, and Shakur look like he about to cry. Got his lips all scrunched up and everything. So that means Sean Porter must have put a whooping on him. And Shakur out there like,
Struggling, bro.
man, don't take no picture of me yet. I'm not ready. So at least let me wipe the tears, man. Hey,
Man, you wrong. You wrong. But here, let me
hey,
look at.
hey.
I know you bouncing. I'm gonna pull it up while you.
But you see it though. You see it though. You're like, I get up with you.
Oh, where he looks. Oh yeah. Okay, I got you, bro. God dang, Sean Porter's short. All right, bro. Get back.
Yep.
Yeah, I did see that. You was getting coffee. The ninja been hating. I didn't get to hear any of the hate, Fahim. Kamal said Figueroa's sister, like James DeGale's, is easy on the eyes. Yeah, she just got married. Yeah, she's real easy on the eyes, bro. Real easy on the eyes. Yeah, I didn't get to hear the hate, man. I'm sorry. I went down there to go get a sip of coffee, man. I take it. Hey, I love when Kamal Oz calls in. Man, I need a Devin Haney fan, man. I missed my Devin Haney fans. I miss you guys. I miss beating you dudes up terribly every day. Andy Gill said, cool boy for the W after getting up in that last fight and finishing. I think he's going to go 2-0 against Figgy. Hey, man, look, I'm a Figueroa fan. I can't lie, dog. I think I'm going to root for – I think I'm rooting for – I know I'm supposed to be rooting for cool boy Steph, but, man, I'm kind of rooting for Figueroa because I want Figueroa to get that Monster Inoue fight. Antonio Shah said, Diva Haney, you mean? Look, man, I hate that I fell out with many of the Devin Haney fans. I don't like that I fell out with y'all, but y'all was just lying too much. Sorry about that. Kamal Oz says, Figueroa wins. I got Figueroa. Oh, roll the tape for, hey, hold on. I do owe somebody that tape, though, because somebody gave a super chat yesterday for that tape. Bill Haney said on X in 1998, he had to break up with Tyra Banks and Kate Moss because he doesn't like dating supermodels because they're fake and he's honest. I would not put that past him. I would not put that past him. By the way, supermodels don't look as good up close in person as they do on television. I don't get the supermodel phase. They're too skinny. Like, they're like skinny. Figueroa is all wrong for Inoue. That's the fight that I want to see. I hope Inoue does go to 126. I hope Inoue gets does a Canelo and tries to jump up there. I'd like to see him at 126. T. Orlando said monster over everybody. T. Orlando's gonna get kicked out. Why you got him over Bud, man? They are facts. They are real life pretty. I'm sure they're pretty, man, but they're just overrated, bro, in my opinion. They're too skinny. They're just too, you can't grab nothing. You ain't nothing to grab on them, but corners and sharp points. He said, yeah, supermodels are real thin. We need cake, not flatbread. Pretty much. That's why I'm not a big fan. I'm definitely not a big fan of supermodels, man. And they look different when they put weight on. They look a lot different as soon as they put on a couple pounds. I ain't gonna lie. I meant aren't real life pretty? Oh, aren't real life pretty? Nah. They look like little boys, man. Hey, I will tell you who was gorgeous in person, though. Whitney Houston was gorgeous in person. Hell yeah, sharp points and jabbing yourself on pelvic bones. No. Not for the kid. Andy Gill said, fuck a supermodel. I'll take a Fashion Nova model. Y'all niggas just be up there watching Fashion Nova. Y'all be on fat button. No, y'all ain't buying them goddamn clothes. Yeah, you can't twerk a tailbone. Honestly, I like my wife, bro. I can't lie, dude. I like my wife. That's why I tell y'all, all y'all young men, be superficial. Be superficial, man. You better get you, if you're going to get married, I understand if you don't, but if you're going to get married, you better get one that you want to stay with. You know what I mean? One that, man, if you have a disagreement, at least you can look over at her and be like, oh, okay, that argument is worth having. Anyway, back to David Benavidez, man. The winner of this fight, fighting the winner of the rematch between Beterbiev and Bivol, sounds like the plan. I don't know how they're going to pull that off, but that sounds like the plan, because I don't think I would hate to have to see either one of these dudes go to Saudi Arabia to fight these guys. That's the only problem I got with that. But if they can make that fight, I don't really know what's going on, Sunchild. I don't really know how many of these great fights that people keep saying are set up really got set up. The winner of this fight will be the next superstar. I think David Benavidez wins this fight. David Benavidez is positioned to be a big star. I don't really know about David Morrell. I don't remember there being a big Cuban star. Martin Johnson said Devin fans not popping out until he win a fight. After that, after they be back delusional, yeah, they are waiting. They're waiting in the wings. I know. Kamal said if Arthur wins again, he could retire. Hey, man, he's old enough to retire. Kamal, he's definitely old enough to retire. I wouldn't blame him if he did. But that's an exceptional career out of Arthur Beterbiev, and I think I'm like one of the few people that have him in my that really have him in my pound for pound list. Nothing. What is this? Oh, Victor Conti saying something. Yes, sir. Wilder really fighting on BLK Prime. I don't know. Is he? That would be a sad state of affairs if Deontay Wilder is fighting on BLK Prime. They would have done to his career what they wanted to do to his career, which is ruin it. Man, I wish if he's fighting on BLK Prime, I just want Deontay to retire. If he's down at BLK Prime, please just retire. Because I don't see you fighting your way up off of BLK Prime. Unless BLK Prime will give him $6 million in cash, Kentrell. Unless they're planning on giving him $6 million in cash. I would say no, man. Beterbiev just joined the 40 club like a week ago. Yeah. Arthur Beterbiev is such an underrated fighter. I need to redo my pound for pound list. I'm going to redo my pound for pound list because I need Beterbiev to be a little bit higher on that after that Bivol win. Or was it that Bivol is just a little bit overrated? Because I do believe Bivol is a little bit overrated. I definitely believe that he is terribly underrated. Do you think they will get a winner, or will Canelo move up again and take the fight against Bivol Beterbiev? I think the only way that Canelo moves up is if it's Bivol that wins, but Bivol's not going to win. So I do not see Terence Canelo Alvarez trying to fight Beterbiev. And I do not see Beterbiev beating I don't see Bivol beating Beterbiev. I see the fight being even worse. I see it being a worse whooping for Beterbiev this time than the last time. Bivol did a good job of surviving. Like he really did. He did put up a fight. And he did put up man, much love in that Cash App, bro. To my guy. Oh, actually, I'm tripping. Bird 101 in the building with the $10 holler, brother. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the thank you for the support, bro. That's 4. That means we got 4. I'm trying to get to 15. We had 4. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Steph Brown said, I had Bivol the first time. I'll take him the second time. Why you want to do that to yourself? Steph, it's okay. You can say, it's okay for you to turn around and say, you know, I got it wrong last time. I think it's okay. It's okay. Bivol didn't win that first. Dang, who came out here lying? Come on, Dank Lucane. Don't be up here lying. Dank Lucane said Bivol won the first fight. Bivol got his ass whooped the first fight. Bivol got his ass whooped the first fight. He got his ass whooped from the beginning to the end of that fight. I think I might have given Bivol like 3 rounds in that fight. Jeep Red Boy in the building. Thank you, man, for the number 5. Thank you, sir. Big time support, brother. You've been supporting all week. Thank you, man. Kamala said Canelo Alvaroid will never fight Arthur Beterbiev. No, he will not. That is a fight we do not need to worry about getting made. Antonio Maldonado said, I agree. I also thought Bivol won the first fight. Man, I do not see that. I don't even think that first fight between Bivol and Beterbiev was a close fight. I don't think that was a close fight at all. I thought that was an easy win for not an easy win because Bivol was definitely doing his thing. You know, he was definitely trying to get some. But nah, dog. I had Beterbiev winning that fight going away. Those last 3 rounds is what got Beterbiev the win, in my opinion. Bivol had the fight. He needs to not take off the last rounds. But that's the point, man. He couldn't take off those last rounds because Beterbiev didn't let him take off those last couple rounds. Beterbiev, I mean, I think Bivol did some well. Man, what was it, like 7, 8, and 9 or something like that? I think he really he did well. But no, I thought Beterbiev won that fight. I thought Beterbiev won that fight going away. More Boxing said it was relatively close to me. I mean, that's fair. You know, 2 people can see the same thing. Hey, Barbara Davis, thank you so much for the $10 holler from the beautiful Barbara D. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, sister. Dank Lucane, are you serious, Fanon? He literally outboxed him the whole fight besides the championship round. Then why did he lose, Dank? Then why did he lose? If he did all that outboxing, if he outboxed him except for the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th, then why did he lose? Beterbiev won a UD, not an MD to me. Maybe I need to watch it. Well, look, man, I didn't think it was close, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I did not think Dimitri Bivol versus Arthur Beterbiev was a close fight. I thought Beterbiev won that fight, and I thought he won that fight going away. That's what I think. And because I'm with Kamal because he's Muslim. I think that has something to do with it. Hey, man, thank you. I am a kingdom builder in the building with the $4 holler. Thank you, brother. That means we are now we're at 6. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Rick Tim said, I saw Beterbiev win by UD, which means he won by a landslide. I thought he won big time. Bivol just beat Beterbiev off him. Yeah, I think that may be an accurate description. But anyway, it goes. Bivol ain't no joke. I just don't think he can. It's going to get worse the second fight, man. It's going to be worse the second fight. When is it? Like in March? Let me see something. Is that fight coming up in March? Like March 1st? Hold on. Let me look up the great Shakur Stevenson. Man, I cannot believe I had somebody come by my comment section and tell me that I was a Shakur hater. I was called a Shakur hater. Of all people, bro. Me, a Shakur hater. Oh, it's the 22nd. So it's in about 3 weeks. Yes, it's 22nd. Thank you. Man, let me tell you something, man. I got called a Shakur hater, bro. A Shakur hater. A Shakur hater. Said, you're just you're just pro Tank. You hate Shakur. You just man, I wish you guys. I wish you guys would stop, man. It's like you can't be a fan of a fighter unless you are swinging from his gonads all day. Ray Patterson, say, what's up? Oh, you missed Phoenix's delusional rants? Hey, I missed the rant too. They told me he was hating from the beginning. But the thing about my guy Phoenix the Assassin is he can break down those fights, man. Phoenix the Assassin can break down those fights now. They definitely can break down the technical skills of these fighters. Ralph Chestnut, what up, man? By the way, thank you for that $5 holler, man. Appreciated that, man. Appreciated it big time, bro. Kenchella Gru says Shakur got a mouse under his eye and upped up hand. Kid Austin by KO. You got Kid Austin. I got Kid Austin losing a wild one-sided fight. Fahim Sator said, a very knowledgeable hater. Hey, by the way, Fahim Sator, I picked up the Quran for the first time. I picked up the Quran for the very first time in my life. Dude, hey, Fanon, why is your racist Mexican supporters coming for me? Who's the racist? Who's my racist Mexican supporters? Shout out to the racist Mexicans in the building. No joke, man. Thank you, Ralph Chestnut, man, for real, for real. Because I was off 6 weeks, so alhamdulillah. No, I did. I picked it up at a bookstore. I may read it. I have a sneaking suspicion that I am in practice that I'm Muslim. In practice, I have a sneaking suspicion. Other than you can't have any alcohol and you can't eat pork. Yeah, other than the pork, I think that I'm kind of close. I can cam up. I got an email yesterday after my comments in the chat. What is that? Come on up. That dude named Dave, banker man. What about white women? I never am interested in white women. I ain't never liked white women like that. If I want something white, I'll find a black woman that looks like that. No joke. If I want a white woman, I'll just find a black woman that looks like it. And then I got the best of both worlds, man. No chance, bro. Are you going to ever catch me marrying a straight up white girl? Do you know what my mama would do to me? I know I'm a sellout, but for real, that's more white women for the rest of y'all. Me? No. No, yes, there is a substitution for the real thing. Yes, there is a substitution for the real thing. You better believe it. Anything you want, but if you like black women, you get anything you want. You can have anything you want. If you want them to look Asian, I got a little cousin. She walks around, you would never know she's black. You think, what are you? You Taiwan? Where you from? You Filipino? Barbara D said, Martin, good for you. Yeah, I stick with the black women, bro. I got this lifetime, I'm all black women. Next lifetime, maybe I'll get a white chick next time. It's not about the body. It's not about the body with white. It's about the nah, bro. Let me tell you something. I don't talk about women's private parts, bro, because those are women that I've been with, and that's just our business or her business. But I'm just telling you right now, bro, that if you are a black dude, you do not need to go anywhere outside of the black race to find any type of woman that you want. Anything that you want, bro. Anything that you want. You can't say that about anybody other than maybe Puerto Ricans. But other than that, nah. Shakur got Porter, Bud, and Floyd helping him with a prospect. Well, he needs the help, man. Why you hating it? Yes, I have. I have had that good. I have had that good. Yes, I have. You're absolutely tripping. I've had T. Orlando back in my day before I met my lovely wife and became totally dedicated to my wife. Please. Black women, Latinas, Asian, white, Native American. Look, man, I like black women. That's just me. You guys can do what you want to do. Ain't no such thing as monsters. Yeah, they are. When they come knocking on your door, you know they monsters. Plenty of monsters out in the world. Go by O Block. They raise them. You know what I'm saying? They raise them. He needs some milk for them hands. He got surgeries. Hey, that dude named Dave. What's up, that dude named Dave?
How you doing, Fanon? How you living?
I'm good. Your volume's a little low.
Oh, let me fix my volume then. Give me 1 second here. How about now?
It's good enough. I can hear. Maybe I'll turn mine up.
Okay.
But hey, so how you doing, man? You out there chasing them white girls, bro, with your half-breed ass?
I'm not happy. We talking about? I'm FBA to the core. My mama's from Hazelhurst, Mississippi. We the family of sharecroppers. My people won the 1999 Black Farmers Association for the lawsuits against the United States against the black farmers and sharecroppers. Ain't nothing white in my bones, baby.
Something is that hair hanging a little loose.
Hey, this is locks, baby. My hair is good. All right. That's what that's called here. That's what it's called. It's called I don't got a hole in my natural. I don't have deficiencies. That's what that's called. No deficiencies, brother.
Man, I got a deficiency all around here, dog. My shit gone like a month.
Before I grew my hair out, I used to have a standing appointment every Sunday at 10 a.m. because my hair just grows so fast. but I've been working on my gig for over a decade now. So after I got my senior position, I'm like, I'm gonna let my hair grow out, you know. So here we are, 4 years in.
Yes, sir.
So Fanon, I was not trolling your chat yesterday. I meant everything I said, right?
Okay, what was that? You got to remind me, man. You got to help me.
Okay. You know, I got front row seat and I got popcorn for the deportations. Okay. I'm keeping it a 100 here. See, the people who are not in Chicago or in Chicagoland have no idea what we're going on over here. I literally told T. Orlando about a few weeks ago there was a migrant by the gas station in my house, and I thought he was gonna rob me. I mean, I am not lying. I literally thought I was have to go. I thought I was gonna have to go and call some people up or whatever. But I am here for the deportations. If, like I said, you here illegally, you got a problem. Okay, people want to act like we can just break the law and us black folks are supposed to accept it here. And so you got a person in your chat. Let me pull up his name here, Mr. Benny Gonzalez Garcia, who sent me a lengthy ass email, Nothing Burger, talking about he don't got a problem with black people. He got a problem with black people robbing him. Like, he's talking about how Mexicans built this country. He's literally saying that we didn't have a hand in anything that we've done here in the history of this society here. So when I see emails like this, just for stating my opinion, the hit dogs are hollering here because, and here's the thing, I told T. Orlando, I reported him to ICE yesterday. He sent me all these emails. Yes, I called. See, I sent an email to ICE first, right? Then they told me you got to call these reported activities. So I went ahead and called ICE and gave them the information and all the threads of this email here. So for Benny Gonzalez Garcia, who supports Fanon, and even said in one of the emails, Fanon is for our struggle. He loves Mexicans.
I am for their struggle. I do love Mexicans.
So you here for Mexicans over black people, Fanon? I just gotta ask this question.
No,
here.
Of course I'm not here for black.
That's what he's insinuating.
Hold on, let me tell you my thoughts on it. Personally, I like Mexicans. I've always gotten along with Mexicans. You know where I grew up. We're in
the same area where we grew up.
Yeah, we get along out there. We get along. Maybe not in Aurora. Now, Aurora, the Mexicans.
Hold on. I'm not in the heart of Aurora. I'm on a dividing line where you think you are in Naperville. Okay, that's why I bought
I know. Yeah. Aurora, I understand the difference between it. I'm just saying that Aurora got a lot of Mexicans. They got a lot of Mexicans in Aurora. So Aurora is where I would run into problems with Mexicans in Aurora. But you know, like, where's that? What is the rainbow? The rainbow's on the north side, right? I don't even know if that's still around.
Yeah, I mean, they're all around, but the rainbow is more up north. You know, the north side. You know, northern suburbs. So, speaking of Aurora,
so I was walking around.
Speaking of Aurora, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was at the mall. I was at Fox Valley Mall on Monday nights. There was nobody in the mall. It was 47 degrees. We had good weather here in Chicagoland. You saw people. You think people were gonna be out? I went into the mall. The place was dead. Right. So then, like I said, I went to the Mexican restaurant. That's why the dude sent me the email, called me a hypocrite, saying I'm a hypocrite for eating Mexican food when the place is owned by Americans. Okay, so I don't know why this guy's getting on his high horse because hit dogs holler here, but the Mexicans are, it doesn't matter if they're Mexicans or Latinos, you go anywhere, it doesn't matter, Chicagoland, the west side, south side, downtown, they out the paint right now. You can't find them nowhere. We thought it was the pandemic right now, how bad things looking out here in Chicagoland, Fanon. It is empty in these streets. So I got my popcorn, I am sitting back, and all the fear mongers saying, well, you guys are next. You are gonna get deported.
Oh no, we're not.
Here's what's gonna happen here. If you deport me, you send me to Mississippi, then I guess.
Right? We ain't getting deported, bro.
Right. Or matter of fact, I was born in Hinsdale. Send me.
Man, they won't even let us. They won't even let us leave. We're more dangerous than niggas not letting us leave.
I know, but this dude sent me a lengthy email, and I was like, yo, I got to cam up on Fanon's channel tomorrow because not only is the King racist supporter you got here, you got a Mexican dude named Benny. And Benny, I reported you to ICE, okay?
Let's go, Benny.
So if you are not illegal, you got nothing to worry about, okay? But if you illegal, you need to start looking behind them shades and start changing your patterns here because they're going to come for your ass.
Man, I've been telling them you do not want white people after you, bro.
I know. We've been dealing with it forever. They see,
You you know what is funny, bro?
yeah.
You know who I don't know, there's some rapper, bro, who from Chicago that tried to do a hit on somebody
Who
in
Dirk?
I don't know who it was, but they're trying to do something to somebody who lived in Hinsdale. And they were like,
Oh,
yeah, good place to
Hinsdale.
go. Yeah, try going to Hinsdale.
Hey, people. Like I was born in Hinsdale Hospital. My brother
You
actually
get
passed
your ass
away in
pulled
Hinsdale.
over. You get your ass pulled over in a second.
You don't mess around in Hinsdale. If those police are high on guard for those $2.5 million homes over there, they're not messing around. No here. But I just have to cam up just to let you know it's good to see you back. You know, look like
Thank you, man.
Look like you living the dream and you winning right now again. You know,
We trying to make it.
I see you trying to shine right now with your jewels. You know, I see
you doing
couple
jewels.
Yeah, little some, little small, little.
I had too many people. I had too many people trying to put me in that Kamala Harris. He ain't black mood, so you know I had to come out with my full Negro.
So you ain't black. So you ain't black either, Fanon, like Kamala. You know, like you rocking the East Indian curry. What's going on?
Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, I am mixed. I'm mixed, but I told like mixed. Though my mama's mixed, all that. But I told my wife, I was like, hey, man, my mother said that we were from Egypt, from Egypt to Greece. I said, hey, man, that means I'm not black. You know what my wife told me? She's like, good, now get out.
Let me keep it
good. If you ain't black, get out the house.
I know I am. I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I saw a Phenomenal Show said something. Go ahead, bro. I'm listening.
Yeah, I saw Phenomenal. I said they called me a Takashi out here. Cal Cool say I'm Takashi up in here. I'll be Takashi. I'm snitching. I'm a taxpayer, okay? If you seen the taxes I paid the last decade, you best believe that they're going to get this taxpayer work, okay?
You know that.
Something. See, that's the thing people forget about. See, it's the brokies. I'm going to put it out there. If you ain't got no job and you ain't making no money, they're the one complaining. When you've been paying to the government for a hot minute and you look at your Social Security statements and you see how much you gave to this government here, I'm going to get my benefits worth here. If I'm going to make a few phone calls, I'm dry snitching, I'm dirty snitching, I'm wet snitching. Yeah. It's all snitching, baby. I don't give a dang here. Y'all got me twisted in here, y'all racist Latinos here. Like, yo, we're Americans with a capital M. American. And don't think that I'm going to sit here and let y'all talk greasy. And for Benny out here, you're going to be the part 2 of my live stream today here because I'm going to put the whole email thread on blast here, okay? So, yes, Benny, you're on thin ice, skate on thin ice like the white folks would say, so I hope ICE ain't looking for you, but if they are, you did it to yourself.
Man, why are you telling me you will give ICE his address?
Hey, they can pick his IP address. I gave him the email. Hey, I work in IT. We can go ahead and find and go ahead and follow this thread through Gmail and go ahead and ping the IP addresses and go from there, baby. You don't think they ain't got this handled here? Tom Homan's got more arrests already than what we've been seeing already. You don't know what we deal with in downtown Chicago for now. Real talk, all jokes aside. I've been downtown Chicago for 17 of my 25 years, okay? I have seen the transformation of what it is to work and be out here in Chicagoland in the city here. And once you see the transformation happen as way it's happened in the last 5 to 6 years, you're going to question yourself saying, what the hell am I doing here paying taxes here? And why they're not focusing on the taxpayers and on others. Y'all hit dogs keep hollering, okay? But when you be in the city and then you just see one black homeless man, and then all of a sudden then you're seeing a family of 6, that's there now. It's like, what the heck? And that's on every other corner that you will see a homeless person or a vet or a black or white guy. One man would be there. Now there's a family of 5 or 6. So homelessness is increased by 5 or 6 times worth here. So when you walking around and you guys see us here, I told people when I was downtown before wintertime, the Venezuelans were cutting hair on Wells and Monroe. I am not lying. They were on crates and they had their cut. It was like the Venezuelan R. Kelly video when he was talking about braid my hair. They were cutting hair on the lunch hour, Fanon. And I literally was on the phone like, yo, y'all gotta see this here. And then if you had black folks who were cutting hair on milk crates, the 5-0 would be around and would have tore that place apart and got everybody ringed up. They were out there at 1 p.m. cutting hair and singing. Like, come on now. You think I'm paying for that, Fanon? No. So when we see things like this, and we know it's a double standard, being black in America, we know that it's always one set of standards, one way and the other here. But when we're seeing this far stuff going on, nah, enough is enough right now.
Hey man, real question. This is
Yeah,
an inmate Blackwell type of topic though.
yeah.
Damn, I forgot already, man. That shit left
Uh-oh.
my mind. So you like Trump's performance so far?
He said everything he was going to do. He said everything he was going to do.
I got an opinion on him. I want to get your.
You, you may
I
not.
think he probably is an excellent executive.
He's doing what he said he was going to do, and people are losing their minds over the DEIs and all this stuff here. You can't get mad throughout the whole campaign trail. Everything that he talked about, it is being put in place here. So, and especially when it comes to this DEI stuff, only 3.5% of Black Americans are in all of these positions here. So why are we boycotting these industries here when we amount to the minimum? The DEI programs and affirmative action goes to white women first, LGBTQ the alphabet community too, whatever like that, then Asians, then Latinos, then foundational Black Americans, or if you don't like to be called foundational Black Americans, okay? We are at the bottom of the totem pole, and we out here in the dumbass streets fighting for other people's rights when we should be fighting for our own rights. We don't even got a goddamn Asian hate bill they got an Asian crime bill. We don't even have a Black crime bill, and we fighting for freaking DEI rights that doesn't benefit us.
DEI. Oh, I was going to ask you about DEI. That's a tough situation because when you get into the bad thing about DEI is if you get a contract, you are pigeonholed into a small amount of money because they are setting that little bit amount of money aside for DEI. So as long as a company is working through those programs, it's always going to be limited as far as whether they're a prime contractor versus a subcontractor and whether or not they're going to have to pass through a bunch of business to somebody else. Yeah. So there's some real working issues with that DEI period. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And even like the city of Chicago, where Chicago be having like, you got a pretty healthy, I can't remember what it is. Is it 30% or something? I think maybe it's 51%. But of that 51%, you wind up having to subcontract most of that out. And you have to sub and watch as a Black company in Chicago that gets an MBE because it's an MBE, minority business enterprise. They have to then still turn around and do business, give a portion of their business to a woman-owned business. So it's it's a funny business, man.
Because they found a way to reclassify the word minority. And because of that, we are, even though that they put the smokescreen that this is for us, they did the word finagling, they've been in the court. So people don't realize when we have these programs like all this for us, they are constantly going back to court and they're constantly doing new motions to kind of change little things here and there. That's why when we get to today, we're like, wait a minute, how are all these white women in these DEI programs? Because we were asleep at the wheel and didn't see what they were doing, thinking that we were getting something when they're just giving us goddamn crumbs.
Yeah, it's always going to be crumbs in that program.
Yeah,
always.
So yeah, but
and then they'll only have one. And then they'll only have one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hold you up anymore here.
You're good, bro.
There's people in the chat here. I just had to call that dude out. I was literally talking to T Orlando, and then the email came in. I thought to finish my shift yesterday, and I was like, hold on here. Like, I get hate mail for none. It's wild. Like, I've gotten death threats because all of a sudden now a Black man's now supporting Democrats, and then they want me to crash and burn, and people hope I lose my jobs and stuff like that. It is wild. And it's not just white or Mexicans races. There's Black folks out here that's wishing that I lose my job. Now, I had an argument about a guy who was talking about all the SNAP programs getting canceled. I had to send him the actual .gov website. It's like, stop fear-mongering people. These benefits are not going anywhere. Matter of fact, I got my people in my family who got their benefits just yesterday. Okay, things of that nature. So they're talking about they're rolling back all the programs, people are going to be impacted. And I literally have to point them to the .gov site and be like, yo, instead of listening to social media, why don't you actually read and see what's actually being cut down here? So, we got a lot of people that's misinformed. They want to fear monger. You got the Roland Martins who are shilling out here. But you know what, though? What they're doing is making people not want to go Democrat anymore. Why would I want to vote for a Democrat when you're going to curse me out because I changed my mind because I don't see no benefits in Chicago? Like, I'm not married to an allegiance here of a party here. Whoever's gonna do right by me, you might have my vote. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit my black butt on this couch here. And that's what people don't understand. We're not allegiant to a political party. We're waiting to see who's gonna do something for us and not just keep saying, oh, we're gonna do something for you guys. And then next, when it come down to it, we need to do another study. We need to investigate it. How many goddamn studies we gotta do here? It's 2025 here. Y'all know
didn't Gavin Newsom do something like that? And I think Gavin Newsom.
That's why Gavin Newsom pulled that, and that's why he won't be president in 2028. He killed himself 2 times with the Black Americans, with the reparations vote this past year, and with the handling of California here. He basically just crashed and burned in less than 6 months when he thought he had a chance.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for. I'm glad you got that off your chest. As far as me,
shout out to your boy, man. Shout out to your racist supporters, man. They out
yeah,
here
I
to
mean,
chat
look,
why
man.
shit.
Yeah, shout out to my racist supporters. On the real though, man, that immigration is a tough issue for me, man, because just
Mhm.
you know,
I
they
just
do a
believe that
lot
if
of white people
you're
do a lot of
illegal,
white people do a lot of mistreating the people.
yeah, but
And
there's a joke. Black people got to be certified paralegals. We know the law, even we don't know the law, right? So if you voluntarily do something illegal, I have no crime for Argentina for you because we've been going through stuff for so long and no one wasn't crying for us. No one was. When we were protesting the streets, we didn't see these Venezuelans or Latinos, everybody else. When we had George Floyd's and Trayvon Martin's, we saw majority black folks when we were doing our thing here. As a matter of fact, if you look in all their spaces, they were happy we get killed or murdered or gunned down. Now when the guns on the other side there, they're like, oh, you got to do something for us. Nah, what we're saying is hold your own nuts and do your own thing here because what we're doing is we're holding our own nuts right now.
yes, sir. All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Hey, keep cooking, brother.
Yes, sir, man. That was political section by my guy, that dude named Dave. What's going on? Queen Vaughn in the bill said, I'm still stuck on Mexicans built Americans and not Black America. Bro, delusional as fuck. The racism puts blinders on. Yeah. It's a tough look, man. It's very difficult for me to argue with that dude named Dave about that. It's difficult for me to argue with Queen Vaughn over that. It's very difficult for me, man. I do have a sympathy to those families, though. And I do believe that Texas, Arizona, and California was Mexico. So it is that you are deporting people who are indigenous to the land. But then, it is, if you are illegal, you're illegal. If it's illegal, it's illegal. And they damn sure ain't holding off on putting black folk out of here if they don't have a visa. You know what I mean? It's just tough, man. Yeah, those people are I know they're indigenous. That's why it's tough. That's why it's tough. You know what I mean? It's tough. I'm trying to get my head around it. But at the same time, that's why I'm talking about David Benavidez fighting David Morrell. And why I decided not to have a political channel. I wanted to have a boxing channel. Because, it's just so you can look at that thing from both sides. Yes, there's a lot of suffering going to go on from kids and people that have been here for a very long time because they don't have paperwork. At the same time, you don't have paperwork, so if you don't have paperwork and somebody catches you, now Dave, that dude named Dave, I think you're going a little far calling ice on people. But at the same time, like I said, man, I don't have a strong argument against it. I really don't. If I had a strong argument, I would make it. But I don't have a strong argument with that. So it is what it is, man. Phenomenal Show says, as we are, I have zero sympathy. Sorry. We've been stepped on for way too long by these people, and they are the reason we are the reason they are even allowed to be here. Oh, well. Fahim said, no Mexican ever called me ninja. That dude named Dave said, nope, I'm calling. Hey, look, man, do what you got to do, man. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. I'm not out here judging on anybody, man. I'm not out here judging. Hey, I'm a kingdom builder with a $4 holler, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. I mean, look, man, I'm not snitching on nobody. And thank you again, man. He left a $14 holler, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Thank you to my guy, I'm a kingdom builder. We're at 9, 6 more, and we're there. Plenty of Mexicans have called me Mayate. Look, man, I've run into them. I've always had a good relationship with Mexicans, man. That's all I can say. I've always had a good relationship with Mexicans, always. But I do know that there's a good number of Mexicans that don't speak very highly of black people. Say, once upon a time, I was sympathetic and we are one. I think the majority of black Americans were once that way. Not anymore. People do nothing but spit in our faces. Look, man, them Democrats are in trouble. And honestly, man, I think that cost them the election. And you can't have it both ways. You can't have support for black America be the reason why you have why you have significant political presence, but then treat us like, You'll talk to us during the election, and then after it's over, it's over. It's always been someone who's never been locked up, threatening to get someone else locked. Fahim ain't trying to hear that snitching. Anyway, man, let me put a link in here for some boxing talk, man. Because like I said, man, the politics kind of gets me, man. No, you're good, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. You said paying for my time. Everybody snitch. ICE number is 1-866-DHS-2-ICE or 866-347-12423. Man, you guys are terrible. Much love in that super chat. Thank you, brother. And Rick Champion with the big support coming in with the $20 holler. Thank you, brother. And thank you to the new supporters, bro. Man, I swear, man, you guys are rough, man. But hey, it ain't like they didn't have it coming. I told them, man, I told these Arabs about that. I was like, okay, because I didn't get it as much from Arabs as I got it from Mexicans. I mean, I didn't get as much from Mexicans as I got it from Arabs. The Arabs I met were really, really arrogant, and they were very disrespectful, man. So, you know, it's tough to cry a river when you see people acting crazy like that. Yeah, they bring down ways that cost all of us money while we're using government resources without paying taxes. Fanon, can we agree Trump getting more done in his first term than Sleepy Joe the whole term? I can't agree with that because I didn't pay attention. There's no way in the world I was voting for Joe Biden. Whenever there's a really bad president and somebody that I really don't like, I tune out for 4 years. I will tune out until the next election and just focus on keeping my money right. Phenomenal Show said all those laws weren't missed for us. Do you people not get that? Then we got stepped all over. F them people. It's hard to make an argument against that. Kamal Oz said Middle Eastern people, especially Arabs and Iranians, are the most racist people on earth against black. They're terrible with it. Dank Lucane, can we agree Trump is getting more done his first year than Sleepy Joe? I can't tell you. I will tell you that I think Trump is a good executive, though. He speaks like he's an executive. And there is some strength to somebody that's used to running organizations versus people that were senators or school teachers. You know what I mean? Yeah, great fights this weekend. Hey, let's take a poll. Who do you guys have? Does anybody have David Morrell winning this fight? Trump is posturing and flexing. Give it 3 to 5 months, and it's all settled down. Well, we'll see. What's up, LL Music TV? I know all I know is my wife can't stand him. My mama can't stand him. My daddy can't stand him. Like, he is probably the most hated president of my lifetime, even more than Ronald Reagan. And I know people had problems with Ronald Reagan. It's all in support of big business. The reasoning doesn't matter. I guess it's the result. Trump actually admitted Black Americans built America and that we are finally getting credit for it. I haven't listened enough to him to hear that. So we got David Morrell, 100% Rick Champion. 55, Barbara D's got a 55-45 for David Benavidez. Danny Jones said, I believe Morrell can beat David Benavidez. He has all the skills. Yeah, I mean, seriously, man, that dude can fight, man. But he's been rolling over people, man. He's just been rolling over people. It's going to be interesting to see when he gets in a fight, if he can't roll over David Benavidez, how's he going to play out his whole match? That's why I think that Jaron Ennis is probably, what is David Benavidez's big mistake? Fighting David Morrell. Fighting David Morrell could be a big mistake, man. It could be a big mistake. Jay Henderson is taking Benavidez by stoppage. Yeah, see, this is how you know you have a good fight. This is how you know you have a good fight. Because nobody agrees on who's going to win. Malcolm Allen said, I like David Morrell's skill set, while Fahim said, I hate going against La Finca, but Benavidez has way more professional experience. He has a lot more experience. What up, Mr. Emprise? And Fanon, man, what it do? Man, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. I'm going to walk outside all day, hoping some of these people will say, you never go outside. Hope I see you when I walk outside. I hate the fact that Keyshawn Davis is afraid of Andy, but he keep talking about he's not fighting BS. Fight him then with your scary ass. Honestly, man, I don't think Keyshawn Davis is going to have a choice. Keyshawn Davis is going to have to fight that guy, man. I think Keyshawn Davis owes it to himself to fight Andy Cruz. But maybe he's going to try to wait a couple years. Andy Cruz looks like the real deal, though. Edwin Guzman says the monster. Yeah, by the way, man, don't be trying to run my Mexican subscribers off. Y'all trying to run my Mexican supporters off. I ain't having it, bro. But it is a tough situation, bro. It's like talking to people about black on black crime. Black on black crime. You want somebody to do for you, but black people are killing all the black people. You know those conversations that you get from people? I'm telling you, man, Keyshawn got to fight him, bro. Keyshawn looks funny. Keyshawn looks like he's moving funny when it comes to Andy Cruz. Andy needs to fight some 12-round fights. He can't fight 12-round fights, Malcolm Allen, until he gets a championship shot. He has to. Hey, Alex, man. Alexis, I'm sorry, says, as a Latino, I thought we were talking together in this, and Fanon, instead of defending your point, you're letting him speak that way. Fuck, let me tell you something, Alexis. I'm not in the business of making bad arguments, bro. I'm not in the mood of or in the business of making bad arguments. You have Americans talking about they are in favor of immigration control for people that are not U.S. citizens that are living in the United States. How am I going to make an argument that says, no, you need to keep people in the United States that are not documented citizens? If you give me that argument, Alexis, you're not muted. I'm responding to you, man. I am literally responding to you, man. It is a very hard argument to make. If I could make the argument, I would make the argument. The only argument that I have is this. Mexicans are indigenous to this land. They're indigenous to this land. They're indigenous to Texas. They're indigenous to Arizona, indigenous to California. So I think that it is an absolute travesty that people that are native to that land are removed from people by people that are not native to that land. I'm at 8. No. I got 4 super chats, 4 cash apps. I got 4 cash apps. So really, I'm a little higher than that. I got to tell you the truth. Thank you guys for your support. But don't go crying no river to me, bro, because seriously, it's not a good argument. An illegal immigrant, if you're not documented to be in the United States, what argument am I going to make for the U.S. government saying, excuse me, are you a citizen? Your answer to that is no. And then them saying, well, hey, man, who are you a citizen of? You got to go back there. You better believe that that is a hard argument to overcome. The only way you can overcome that argument is with an appeal to their emotions. Like, hey, man, these people are human with families. They have been here for decades and decades. They're a productive part of society, and they have kids. And I 100% don't agree with him changing that birthright. Like as soon as you're born, a child of 2 immigrants has a child in the United States, that child is a citizen. I believe in them. That's the law, and I believe they should support that. I'm 100% disagreement with that portion of it. But it is but like I said, I'm not into making hard arguments. What you want me to say? They're not here. Just kind of, I take the same when I talk to women about abortion. That's a baby. I'm sorry. You tell me that's not a baby. I know it's not going to grow into a willow tree. So, but at the same time, they turn around and say, hey, this is our body. You don't know what birth is about. It ain't your business. So I sit down and I say, hey, it's not my business. I wish the best for you guys. I'm sorry that ICE is out there snatching people out the streets. Hey, Phoenix just says that David Benavidez and Morrell is more of a 50-50 fight than Tank Shakur or Devin. Tank versus Shakur or Tank versus Devin. Shakur's biggest opponent is his mouth because he's 0-5. All his promise of kill occur. And my guy, Rick Champion, said Morrell is not one of the other fighters standing like a punching bag and not moving. Plus, he's a southpaw, has power going for the Cuban. I can respect that. Even though I will say that Caleb Plant is not flat-footed. He's not flat-footed. That amendment was for slaves, not immigrants. Hey, what you want me to say? It's a tough argument to make. It's tough for me to argue against it. Again, the only thing that I can use is, hey, they're people. Let's treat people better. But that argument's not going to work. So that's the best I'm sorry. That's the best I can do for you. Alexis say I've been muted for 3 days straight. It's not just Mexicans, Cubans, Dominicans have been deported who work for fields, families at a lower than minimum wage. How do you think this will impact the U.S.? People will fill those jobs. I think those jobs will be filled by Americans. That's what I think will happen. They'll have to pay Americans slightly more money, but the job will get done by people that are here. Easy. What happened to our compassion? Look, man, appeals to compassion don't go very far, Fahim. Yeah, I know it was what it's meant for. But look, that's just my take, man. Like I said, I would not be deporting them if it was me. Edwin Guzman said it's only a matter of time before Benavidez put a hurting on him. We see. I see. Yeah, let me tell you, Fahim, it breaks my heart that people are getting snatched up by the U.S. government. It breaks my heart that people are getting snatched up and separated from their family. It really does. But compassion is the only argument that I have. To have compassion for other people. And look, man, there are a lot of conservative black people that do not have compassion for other people. Fanon, given Andy's 4 amateur victories over Keyshawn, is he significantly developed professionally to compete with Keyshawn at this time? Yes, I do think that he is. I think he's very ready. They tried replacing them with Americans, but it didn't work, especially in field jobs. They'll figure it out. Big Dog Willie said, all I'm going to say is 51% of Latino men voted for Trump. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these Mexicans here want some of those Mexicans not to come back. When has compassion been shown to black? Look, man, I can argue with that dude named Dave. Dude, 2 wrongs don't make a right. 2 wrongs do not make a right. A side note about what Mexicans that are paying their own way and don't ask the government for anything. What about the Mexicans? If you're not an American citizen, they're going to put you out. That's what it is. They're going to put you out. What you want me to say? They want you to be a citizen. They're going to put you out. Not asking the government for something is not a good decision. Phenomenal shows. They cut the shit, Alexis. We were working those jobs before before illegals were let in mass. The corporations don't want to pay people fair wages. You know the history. I mean, that's what it is. They're going to have to increase their pay, and they're going to give that to whoever takes the job. It's what's going to happen, bro. Ain't nobody irreplaceable. Nobody's irreplaceable. All Andy has is a mental advantage over Keyshawn because of the fact that he beat him in the amateurs. Keyshawn has the pro experience, and the amateur style doesn't always transfer well to the pros, says Michael Demps. I think that he's looking very good in it, though. Yeah, Fahim Sator say compassion used to be our greatest attribute. Look, man, blame the black church for taking advantage of black people's compassion. You are racializing immigration. I don't care if they're white, European, Bosnian, or Ukrainian, Chinese, or from American region. If you're here illegally, then you broke the law. Yeah, it's tough, man. That's a tough argument, man. No joke. It's a tough argument to defend. It really, really, really is. It really is. Let me get a link though. You guys are trying to make King versus X. Who is King versus X? That dude, is he even around? Yeah, pastors be driving 2026 Lambos sometimes. No, seriously, blame the church for all of that. Trying to give people compassion when you shouldn't give them compassion. They blew up a church with little kids in it. What the fuck am I forgiving people for? Nah, and people got sick of it, man. They did it too much. And with social media now, you can't just wait for Sundays to brainwash people. Black church is a scam. I'm telling you, man, I blame the black church for that. You should never forgive somebody for blowing up a church with kids in it. You can't forgive people for that. You cannot forgive. If you forgive somebody for blowing up your kids, something's wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Mistreat us. No matter who mistreats us or what mistreatment there is, we just have to forgive. We just have to forgive. Forgiveness. No, I ain't forgiving shit. I ain't forgiving nothing. You blow up a church with some kids in it, I am not forgiving that. I don't believe that should ever be forgiven. There's some things that are unforgivable. And the black church is constantly trying to convince people to forgive people for the unforgivable. You'll see some crazy dude like Jeffrey Dahmer get caught eating people, and the police turning their cheek on it, looking and walking the other direction while people are making complaints of them. And then people start protesting the police because the police overlooked Jeffrey Dahmer despite all these complaints. And the first thing that the church does is say, forgive him. I'm not forgiving you. No. Not forgiven, not forgetting. No way should you do that. And I'm telling you, it's that compassion that has caused the problem, because basically you turn it into every time the church says forgive, okay, we'll go through whatever work we need to forgive. Okay, we'll forgive. And then it happens again. And then there is the same preacher out there telling you forgive him again. And then you say, okay, well, I'll forgive him again. And then things go on. They say, oh, we're going to make this great progress with integration. Nobody asked for integration. They asked for equal funding for education. But then black politicians say, oh, we need integration. No, nobody asked for integration. People said, you don't want to exactly like Malcolm X said, I'm not trying to integrate into a burning house. We're not responsible for what those other Americans did. And those other Americans need to pay the price for it. But they never have to pay the price. White America never has a price to pay. And when black America is out there trying to get them to pay the price, I'm sorry, but Mexicans did not support en masse. Arabs did not support en masse. Latinos did not support en masse. They sit there and they point fingers at black people whenever black people complain. So about mistreatment of police or mistreatment for, in the distribution of federal funding or job opportunities, most times that you hear this, you got somebody like Vivek. What's that guy's name? The Indian guy that ran for president. You get him standing up there telling black people to pull yourselves up by your own bootstraps. Don't be surprised if black people start telling other people, look, you're getting deported. Well, hey, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and dig yourself another hole underneath that wall. When they put you out, find another hole and try to come back in again. Or try to do it legally. Wait, get in your line for a visa and see if you can get in with a visa. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised if you take the stance that black people need to take responsibility for police brutality, right? Don't be surprised if black people say that you need to hold yourself responsible for Latino, Indian, white deportation. I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't say George Floyd, if black people were not so criminally minded, then that policeman wouldn't have killed George Floyd. You can't then go say, oh, Donald Trump's a bad guy because he's deporting people that broke the law. You said that George Floyd is a criminal. George Floyd broke the law. That means that the immigrants that are getting deported are criminals and they should be deported, right? But you don't see, you guys don't see how those arguments work in sync. I've been arguing for compassion for black people. Just because you broke our law doesn't give the police the right to kill you. But according to certain people, yes, it does. So, well, hey, since deportation is so much less severe than on the street assassination, maybe you should be glad that they're not just shooting you where you stand. Hey, why don't you just shoot them where they stand? If they don't come out the house, blow up the house. If they, as soon as they come out the house, snatch all of them, snatch their kids, snatch their cousins, and deport them. Right? So if you're going to pick your fight, if you're one of the Latinos that really stood with black people during the, when we talk about, and guess what? We're going to be talking about police brutality again in a couple of weeks, because another black person is going to die that way. If you support them, then they will support you. But if you don't support them, they're going to look at you like, don't bother me. I'm busy pulling myself up by my own bootstraps. Why should I speak out in favor of Mexicans being deported while I'm sitting here pulling up my own bootstraps? Shouldn't they pull up their own bootstraps? That stuff. I'm just telling you, I can't make that argument. I can't make that argument for you. I'd love to make that argument. Unfortunately, every time we're sitting here talking about black people and the problems of black people, what's that guy's name? Enrique? We got a caller that comes up here often called Enrique, who says, stop making it racial. It's not about race. It's not about race. Well, great. These deportations are not about race. It's about right and wrong, and it's about the law. Right? So, yeah, tough argument for me to make, man. I wish I could join you, but I can't join you. I can't join you because you guys took that argument away from me. I'm not losing an argument to that dude named Dave. No. I'm not losing an argument to Kamal Oz, and I'm not losing no argument. And I'm not losing an argument against T. Orlando or any of these other very conservative black people. Don't make it about politics. It's bad as it is everywhere else. This is my free place for boxing. Gramos de Oro, I'm sorry that I'm not talking about exactly what you want me to talk about. Put it in the super chat. They suck resources and don't pay taxes. I mean, hey, look, like I said, if any undocumented worker wants a job, I'll give you a job. If I got the work for you, I'll give you a job in a minute. I have compassion. I was just struck by the lack of compassion for black people. And it's very tough for me to argue with people who sit there and watch you not have compassion for them to turn around and tell you to have compassion for them. You know, it's a really tough argument to make. Ty Drakeford said, I never understand why when we talk about our politics in this country, it's political. Yeah, hey, thank you, Gramos. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. I know we want to talk about boxing. I do. I know that you want to talk boxing. I'm trying to bring it back to boxing. Here's a link for somebody who want to talk about boxing. Unfortunately, there is no more debates for me in boxing. Unfortunately. We used to love to have callers get up here, but what happened was, Devin Haney fans have no more lies to tell. They have no more lies to tell. They have been totally busted out on all their stories. Love Down Gaither, I agree. I've never seen support from ethnicities in a whole, but blacks mistreatment. Never. Asians worked very hard to get ACT and SAT scores. What do they work hard to get? The Asian and Indian students worked very, very hard to make sure that black people could not get into college because they were black. Because they said that that's a violation of the law and that's discrimination. Many people were in favor of that, despite the fact that people that knew better said, look, that's not going to affect us. It's not going to affect the number of black people getting into those schools because ACTs and SAT scores are barriers to entry. Seriously, as somebody, I consider myself to be slightly intellectual. So when immigration, Danny Gonzalez, here he is. All right, Daniel Gonzalez. How can I help you, Daniel?
Top of the morning, man. How you doing?
I'm well. I can't complain. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to jump on here and I say I got Benavidez. I do remember last fight. I remember the last fight. He said against Bosdick, I believe that's the gentleman's name.
Yeah, it's Bosdick's a good fighter.
Very good fighter. But I went ahead and I rewatched that fight, and man, you know what? People were saying that David didn't have no pop and that he didn't look as strong. But man, I saw that fight probably like twice, and man, he was bringing his head back. He was bringing his head back.
Voice check.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was bringing his man. Those punches look like they hurt, and I could understand people saying, "Oh, it's a new weight class," but I do believe David was injured. He said that both his hands were messed up and that he didn't want to cancel the fight. He said he got split on his face. A lot of people are saying that he might not stop Morrell, but I think he might stop Morrell in the later rounds, like how he did Boo Boo. That Boo Boo fight was good, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I had Boo Boo winning.
You had Boo Boo winning that fight against.
He was a good defensive fighter, so I said, damn. And as I'm watching him jab, go back, go inside, and then bounce back out, I'm like, damn, okay, maybe he might take David. But then towards I think it was what round did he knock him on? The 5th? Was it the 5th or the 6th?
Something like that.
When he dropped him, I said, damn, man, David is just too good.
David, he's a beast, man.
David is just so that right there showed me, because I've been following David for a while. I mean, I'm only
me too.
But I've been following him for a while, and man, I love watching some of his fights, and I'm like, man, this dude's good. So when they brought Boo Boo in, as I remember at the time, no one even wanted to fight Boo Boo, and he had just jumped up, and everybody was still ducking him. But yeah, I got David Benavidez probably stopping Morrell, maybe the 9th, maybe, just because in my opinion, Morrell likes to move a lot. He doesn't like to stand in one place, and he's a slick Cuban fighter. And I mean, David does have the experience. I mean, he did fight Plant, and Plant is a hell of a fighter, and he is a great fighter. He almost beat Canelo until the end.
Yeah, until he got his ass until he
got split. Yeah. So, but that's all I got to say, Fanon. I appreciate
it, bro.
Thank
you, Daniel.
The best boxing channels in YouTube right now. I ain't trying to glaze on. I'm just being honest.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Appreciate you,
brother. Salute to you, sir. Thank you, man. Hey, man, look, we gotta do me a favor, man. Don't put the deport him stuff up there, if you wouldn't mind. Really, I am sensitive towards the issue, bro, and I definitely lean more heavily towards the Mexican on this one, because I do think, look, man, the world is one place. We try to make it 50 zillion other different places, but it's really just one place, man. Plant, yeah, I agree, Vaughn. Queen Vaughn said Plant was too small for David. Yeah, I agree. And also Plant was kind of in Plant put up a great fight, man. But he can't fight on the inside against David Benavidez. What's crazy work, Wookie Wook? Look, man, you're not gonna hear me talk bad about Mexicans as a people. It's not gonna happen. It's really not gonna happen. Rot Gut said compassion got their land conquered. Yeah. Like I said, it's a tough argument. It's really a tough argument for me to defend. Tough argument for me to defend. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. David is a natural 168 to 175. Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think David is a natural 168, 175. I think David is naturally fat. I think David Benavidez is naturally fat. Like when he's done fighting, he's going to get big. That's a big dude, man. He has to work very, very hard, bro. The whole world is God's. God has no borders. But as I say, they've had their compassion for us at any point. Selectively, yes. Collectively, I'd have to say no. Can we all agree that these fighters moving up in weight class don't always look like monsters? They are. They say they are, or how they seem at the. Yeah, of course. Every time. Yeah. Queen Vaughn said David is a natural heavyweight. Hell yeah, he is. That dude would be well over 200 pounds if left to his own devices. He would be well over 200 pounds. Man, I'm glad that we didn't have to talk about. Let me talk about Terence Crawford for a second, though. Yeah, Andy Cruz, and not Andy Cruz, Andy Ruiz, Malcolm Allen. Excuse me. Andy Cruz is not fat. David Benavidez is fat. David Benavidez he's like me. Man, every bit of food you eat, it stays on you, man, unless you get it off of there real fast. When David was a fat kid, yeah, he's a fat kid. Fat kids, you're going to be a fat adult. Crawford, hold on. Crawford didn't look like how he did when he moved up in weight against Canelo. Did not look how he did when he moved up in weight. Canelo didn't look like he normally does when he moved up in weight class. Benavidez, no normal look the same. Yeah, but guess what? He's fighting a guy that's coming up in weight too, though. Jay Henderson, hey, watch the fat talk. I'm fat, man. I'm back on my regiment, though. I'm back on my regiment with my eating times. I will make sure. Hey, did you hit your goal for that? I think I did. Yes. 12. Yes, I did. I made the goal on 15 for 15. Yes, I did. I want to get one more caller then if I can get him, though. Thank you to my guy. And I don't know if Mr. Gonzalez was Mexican or not, but like I said, man, I'm so sorry that I can't come up with a better argument, but I just don't have a better argument. Morrell already had a fight at 75. So did David Benavidez also had a fight at 175 as well. This is their second fight at 75, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that it is their second fight. We all laughed in oppression. Yeah. God instilled compassion in his true people from the beginning. I've dealt with a lot of Mexicans and most hate us. Yeah, I can't say that. I can't say most. Hey, well, Soul Glow, thank you, brother. Malcolm Allen said David's built like he's 72. That's hilarious. Thank you, Soul Glow, man. Much love and thank you for that support, bro. Morrell and Benavidez they both had a fight. I think this is a 50-50 fight. I think that this fight is a 50. I think this fight is a 50-50 fight, personally. That's my personal belief. Forget about Boots and Stanionis too. That will be fine. Oh man, that's. I think Boots is gonna run through Stanionis. Man, Wookie in the building.
For none, hey, I'm gonna cut my camera off. I ain't too presentable right now. I'm gonna cut the camera.
Yeah, no worries. I'll let you wait till you cut it off. Wookie in the building. What up, man?
What up, man? Hey, I had just wanted to cook on the whole Canelo and Crawford thing. I don't know if you already got past that segment or not.
No, I haven't talked about it. What's on your mind with that?
I mean, it was once upon a time where I felt like, Crawford could pull it off. But the more I be thinking about it, I don't feel that way no more. I don't see how Canelo, how Crawford would stand up to Canelo, especially when I watched Jamel Charlo do it. It's like every time every time Canelo hit Charlo with something good, he felt it. And then I just can't get that vision out of my mind of Crawford getting hit by Gamboa. I just don't think he got the chinny chin to stand up to no Canelo. I think that's the ultimate factor. He got the skills. Don't get me wrong. Crawford definitely got the skills, but at the same time, Crawford don't be moving around like that no more. You know, he was at the younger weight classes. Crawford was a stick and move. Crawford sit there and he don't do that no more. So that's the reason why I'm just having a hard time. I want to ride with him with in the life with everything in me. I want to ride with Crawford, man. I want to ride with him. I will if he pulls it off, I will be highly impressed. Right? Like I would be highly impressed because I don't see him unless Canelo slows down about 15 gears. You get what I'm saying? If he slows down about 15 gears, then maybe, you know what I mean? Yeah, you got that. But if Canelo is, you know, the regular Canelo, and I just don't. It's the power for me, Fernand. It's the power. What say you?
Man, I'm leaning towards Crawford, man.
Are you leaning towards Crawford?
I'm leaning towards Crawford because Canelo, I think Canelo is aging a little bit, and I got a lot of faith in Bomac and Terence Crawford and the fact that these dudes know how to pick a fight. If they didn't really see something, I don't think that they would even be talking about the fight. But I still don't think the fight's happening. I can't lie because you know and I don't know when these guys are going to have a fight in May because Canelo already reserved the T-Mobile Arena for May for Cinco de Mayo. So if I don't know whether or not they really have a 3-fight deal with Canelo going over there to Turkey Al-Sheikh, but yeah, I mean, I may be wishful thinking that Terence Crawford can pull it off, but I'll be rooting for Canelo during that fight. I mean, I'll be rooting for Terence Crawford during that fight.
I mean, in my heart, I'm rooting for him too. I am like I'll be wanting him to do it, but like being realistic, I just don't see a path. I don't see a path to victory because that power, Canelo power, is different. We know that power is different.
Yes, it definitely made Jermell Charlo think twice.
Yeah, man, him take a knee. Take a knee.
She said, "Oh no."
No. Hey, I won't be too much longer for none.
No, you're good.
What you thinking about the Garcia Haney rematch?
I think Garcia is going to beat him again, but they got those 2 fights coming up. I don't know if Devin is going to make it to the rematch because Devin's got to beat Jose Ramirez, man, and Jose Ramirez is a legitimate fighter, man.
You don't think Jose Ramirez like lost a step or two? Since you know
he might have, but it looked like Devin lost a chin.
I remember when Jose Ramirez was that guy at 140. I remember. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying, but I remember a period in time where he was on the rise, and we definitely had our eyes open for him. But I don't really know too much about Jose Ramirez. I remember from back in the day, but I don't know. I think that Devin gonna be working on that jab hold jab hold and maybe walk away with it. I can see that. I can see a victory for him doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My question is his confidence coming off that loss.
Yeah, because when you get popped, when you get bow, you're gonna remember.
Because you know Jose Ramirez gonna let that left hook fly.
Yeah, bow. Remember, I remember. Damn.
Yeah, man, he gonna let that fly, dog.
Yeah. I don't. Okay. One more.
Yeah, you're good, man. You take your time, man. I'm going 2 hours today, so we got about another 15 minutes or so.
Okay. Rolly and Ryan. Rolly and Ryan. You want to go first? You want me to?
Go ahead, man.
I kind of see. I remember I was in the chat. You kind of cooked me for this, but I kind of can see Rolly pulling it off, man. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
I don't know. You know what it is? I can't get the vision out of my head of Ryan Garcia not in shape. Like we forget that he beat Devin Haney, but he was out of shape in that fight. He didn't take it serious. He was doing this, doing that. He just wasn't focused. He just so happened to beat Devin Haney. I don't know. It's crazy that he did that. it's when you really think about it, that's crazy. Devin got beat by out of shape Ryan.
Man, Ryan can fight, man. Ryan Garcia ain't no slouch, man. That dude can throw.
I understand. I get it. He low key gained the fan out of me after that fight. But it's just that.
Then he lost you when he started using the N word.
Yeah. My pride just won't allow me. Just like Teofimo. I like Teofimo, but my pride just won't allow me. Like now, I want to see their ass get beat, and that's probably why I kind of like think Rolly gonna do it. Because low key, I kind of want to see Ryan get beat now. You know what I mean?
You want him to get beat, or you think he's gonna do it?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to see him get his ass whooped. I want some instant karma. Like I want to sit back and say, "Ha, that's what you get."
Man, what if they both lose, man? If they
for none, I don't think Ryan Garcia chin is all that great. Cause I remember in that fight too. Yeah, I remember in that fight too. In the Devin fight, Devin actually did pop Ryan. He did.
Yeah, he did.
He wobbled him a little bit, but Ryan had pounded his gloves together. Like, okay, let's go. But if you got rocked by Devin Haney, bro. You got rocked by Devin Haney.
Yeah, but that problem with Rolly though. Rolly's chin is definitely suspect.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be the battle of the chins, and who can land first. And in that case, Ryan's gonna land first because that hook coming at the speed of light. That I will give Ryan that. That's a mean left hook. That is a mean lightning bolt left hook. So I'm actually I'm more excited about that little card right there than the David Benavidez. When to tell you the truth.
Yeah, hopefully that fight will happen, man. I don't know when they're gonna. They must be having it late May. Didn't they say they're aiming for that for a May fight?
I wouldn't know. I don't know when they. I don't.
Yeah, I think they're aiming
the overall card.
Man, we got some good fights. Hold on real quick. Let me read this from Phoenix Assassin. It's not crazy. It's not crazy that Ryan smacked Devin because Devin's skills are just like BBL. Fake ass. Hence BBL Dev. Both Rolly and Ryan beat Devin. Oh, come on, man. Phenomenal show with the unadulterated hate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I can see Rolly beating Ryan. I don't know what it is. I see a lucky punch. That's what it is. I want him. It's two things. I want Rolly to beat Ryan, and then I can also see a lucky ass, forgive my French, but a lucky ass, retarded ass punch. Just like I can just see it. I don't know why. I think it's gonna be a good one though. I'm excited about that. You've been seeing Rolly talk his crap about Devin being on the undercard.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, that's the last thing they should have did. They should have never gave Rolly no power to talk about it. Boy, we ain't about to be hearing the end of that one. So ain't. But all right, friend, man. Thanks for taking the beam in, bro. And hope all is well, man.
All right, bro. Get back, Wookie Wook.
All right, later.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Peace. Yeah, man. I can't lie, bro. I can't see Rolly pulling this out. I can't see it. That's not within my I just can't see it, man. I cannot see a path to victory for Rolly Romero over Ryan. I think Ryan Garcia is a seriously underrated fighter. He beat you like the way he beat Luke Campbell. The way that he beat Luke Campbell, he got dropped, got back up and handled that business. I even like the way that when Ryan got up after getting dropped the first time by Tank and still kept pressing it. I don't think that Rolly's got the back foot game to catch Ryan Garcia, man. And Ryan, like I said, man, Ryan's probably one of the most underrated fighters in boxing because people don't want to give him, people want to take away. It's real funny about that Gervonta fight with Ryan because it's like people want to take away the win from Gervonta by claiming that Ryan Garcia was drained and he wasn't at his best. Well, if that's the case and he wasn't at his best, then shouldn't you be predicting that he's going to beat pretty much everybody at 140 after he beat Devin? because they said going into the fight that that Ryan is his full self. So at 143 pounds, maybe you have Ryan at his full health, and you can expect him to beat a whole lot of other cats up in there. The great Kamal Oz. What's going on, Kamal?
Hey, what's up, Fanon? How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm well. I can't lie. This has been my favorite live stream since I got back.
That's good. That's good. It's good to see you back, man. I know everyone needs a break. See you wearing your Parlor of East Wheaton t-shirt. Always good to see you.
Rocking with my boys.
It's good to see you representing them. I subscribe to them, or I joined their channel just like you recommended. So let me say this. I'm just going to talk briefly on this immigration to go to sports. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, Arab, whatever you are. If you, and I've lived abroad too, if you knowingly break a country's immigration laws, then you violated the law. You committed a criminal conduct. When I was under the laws of other countries, some of them democracies, others not, I kept up with their laws and I didn't violate it. So if you broke the law, if you came here illegally, or if you overstayed a visa, which a lot of people do, then maybe they'll get a work visa or they'll get a tourist visa. Embassy shouldn't have given it to them in the first place in a lot of cases. And you broke the law, then you have the right to be deported. It has nothing to do with Latino or Asian or what race or nationality. There are plenty of people of all shades, people that Fanon and I can't tell the difference that they're not American. They're Albanian, maybe. They look white to me and you. We can't tell that they're Albanian and illegal. They don't look different than a standard white person. And so that's the spirit of the law, period. Okay, so on this fight week, we are really excited for a stacked card. This is boxing at its best. I really think that Benavidez doesn't get enough respect from both corporate media, which we know that they'll never give Benavidez any respect, as well as the fans, because this is a guy that has really done Canelo Alvaro's dirty work. He has done his dirty work. He fought guys and he's fighting another guy that Canelo refused to fight. He fought Andre, who was the boogeyman in 3 different divisions, and Canelo ducked him numerous times. He fought the Durrell was personal beef. He fought Caleb Plant, personal beef, and now he's fighting Morrell. When in reality, Canelo at 168, as the undisputed champion, he was supposed to face Morrell for the WBA. That was supposed to be consolidated. He was first supposed to face Benavidez. Mauricio Solomon, at his malingering, he said, I'm going to name Benavidez the mandatory. I'm going to name Benavidez the mandatory in March, and kept putting it off, and then kept every fight that Benavidez fought until he could get to Canelo, he made it a final eliminator. And then he said in March, they're with the same company. We don't need to call the mandatory. Do you remember all that, Fanon?
I remember it all.
So unlike
I remember the WBC just playing blocker.
Yep. They didn't franchise Canelo like they did when he avoided Jermall Charlo at 160, when he didn't want to fight Jermall there. And Jermall was, on his A game. As soon as Jermall comes out of popping Ritalins and comes out of the loony bin, got that Michael Jackson jacket with all the zippers, as 50 Cent says, Canelo wants to fight him. And that's no shade of Jermall Charlo. It's just how it was. When Jermall Charlo was on his game, Canelo didn't want to fight him. He got franchised to avoid him. So Benavidez is doing the antithesis of what Amir Khan did. Do you remember when Amir Khan was fighting Floyd, Fanon? Or was trying to fight Floyd?
Wanted to fight Floyd. Yeah, I do.
Okay. So what Amir Khan did when he wanted to fight Floyd, and he was also advised by Al Heyman, is he avoided all the dangerous punchers at 147 when he moved up. He had Keith Thurman, who was calling him out. He had Sean Porter, who was calling him out. Errol Spence was a fight that could have been made, but he didn't face any of those guys. He didn't do the Danny Garcia rematch, which at one time he said he wanted, but I never believed him. And he was facing nothing but light punchers to avoid all danger and not really mixing it up with the other guy's division, and at the same time demanding a fight with Floyd Mayweather. Do you remember the context of all of that?
I do remember.
So when he was going through that process, I was totally in disagreement with that, because I said, you're acting like you are this established star. You know that Mayweather has, has multiple belts. He can do. He has mandatories called and whatnot. Your mandatory has never been called. You need to distinguish yourself from the competition. I'm sure Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, all those guys want to fight Floyd as well. So mix it up. You can't just go around fighting old Chris Algieri's, good fighter at 140, but again, at 147, limited power. Devon Alexander, Luis Collazo was past it. You can't fight those kind of guys and then demand that Mayweather fight you. And of course, Mayweather never fought him. And then he went up to 155 and fought Canelo. So you look at those acts, and you look at someone like Benavidez, who's doing the exact opposite. And Canelo, most recently, I didn't see you do a video on this, Fanon, but his most recent thing was he's not going to fight anybody who disrespects him like Benavidez. He's not going to put any money in Benavidez's pocket. Well, Triple Bum Lovekin called you a drug cheat multiple times, and you fought him 3 times.
QKC.
They fought him 3 times, and you didn't want even after he called you a drug cheat. Everybody wanted the rematch. No one wanted the third fight at 168. Caleb Plant called you a drug cheat. Caleb Plant trashed you. Chavez Jr. trashed you. So everything is being done to avoid Benavidez. First, I don't fight I don't find Mexicans. Then he fights Mike Munguia. Then he says Benavidez brings nothing to the table. And then when confronted with that's the biggest fight in boxing, he changes his tune again. So he really doesn't want to fight this guy. Last point, and I'll get out of here, Fanon.
Are you good?
Well, this is the last thing, and I want to get your thoughts on this. And I'll hang up and get your thought after I say this.
Okay.
If Turkey was this benevolent man who's doing the best for the sport of boxing, he would be intent on making Benavidez and Canelo because that is the biggest fight in boxing. He would not be intent on giving us Crawford and Canelo, which is nothing more than a video game. Crawford is not even acclimatized. He is not even acclimatized to the weight yet. When Andre Ward was going to Kovalev, he had tune-ups to properly address the weight issues. It is a cash-out fight. So if he was really this man that everybody wants to worship him at, he would make Canelo's number to get us Canelo Benavidez, not a fight that's a cash grab and a cash out in Crawford and Canelo. With that, I'm out. Thank you, Fanon.
All right, brother. You get back, man. Get back. Come on. KQKC, what up, Chi-Town?
Hey, what's going on, my brother?
Chilling. I see you with your black watch plaid on today, looking sharp.
Hey, thanks, man. I'm trying. I'm getting older,
Yes,
but
sir.
hey, I'm getting wiser.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You doing good, man?
Man, I can't complain, man. Took a couple weeks off, let the dome rest, and I'm back at it.
Okay, good. That's good. Hey, that's good. We all need that rest, brother. Man, I want to say something about the David Benavidez and David Morrell.
Hey, you gonna say something about the immigration policy too?
No, I don't want to say nothing about the immigration policy because really, people don't know the history of Turkey. At least if they go back and do their research, they will find out. This guy has done this before, and he left before. So, but I'm not gonna get into that right now.
Okay.
But we talked about it on my channel before already. So, but what you think is good for boxing ain't good for boxing. All right. Now, David Benavidez and David Morrell. I think the fight is underrated. I think this fight is going to be a great fight. I think potentially can be one of the fights of the year. Now, David Benavidez, we know that he is now moving up to 175, but he got to get Canelo out of his head. That fight, and Canelo's not going to fight you, no matter how much amount of money that Turkey offer him. I don't care. I call it the EBT fund. Okay, that's what I call it. That's all they're doing, going to get that EBT handout. All right. Well, it's not going to happen. So you might as well just go ahead and focus on yourself. Because I had spoke with him. I had spoke with Samson Lewis and pray for his wife.
Leskovich. Samson Leskovich.
Yeah. I talk to him once a week, and his wife, very ill right now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. But one thing about it is that David Benavidez need to focus on David Morrell. David Morrell is not no slouch. David Morrell can punch. David Morrell can box. David Morrell, no, he doesn't have the experience under the bright lights, unlike Benavidez has. But he has done a great job over in Cuba and over here. He has put 2 guys in a coma just with his punching power alone. So David Benavidez need to get Canelo out of his head, stop focusing on him, and get ready for this fight Saturday. And
Yes, sir.
I think this fight is going to be one of the best fights of the year. Now, I'm real excited because both sides. I talked to Ronnie Shields, I talked to Sam, so I talked to both sides, and I like both guys. And this is a fight that PBC is putting on. And not only that, Gervonta Davis fight coming. So PBC is stepping up, and PBC is saving boxing. Now I know a lot of people looking at me crazy when I say that, but I think
not on here, man. People support that here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they do. Okay.
Oh yeah, they support that.
Okay, yeah, because that's who's saving. Because I don't want to hear all that PBC going out of biz. I've been hearing it since 2015, so that's how I feel over my channel.
Yes, sir.
Enough hate. Okay, and let's just call it what it is. All right. Yeah. T Orlando PBC going bankrupt. Okay. All right.
He's joking. T Orlando joking.
Okay. So, but anyway, but that's all I had. I just want people to take this fight seriously. We're only 3 days away, and I think this fight need more exposure on it. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Yeah. Well, we talking about it. We doing our best, man.
Okay. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking my call too.
Anytime, bro. Hey, hit me up. I lost my phone, so
you know what? I got a new phone number too. I got.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you still have my number?
No, I don't. I hit you on Instagram.
Yeah, hit me on Instagram, man.
Okay. Yeah,
right,
I just got a new phone, and so the other one, I don't know what happened, but I deleted all the contacts by mistake. So, but I hit you on Instagram. All right.
All right, brother.
Okay. All right. Take care, bro.
All right, get back.
All right, later.
Always good to hear from my brother KQKC. PBC got that Michael Jackson money. PBC got plenty of backers, bro. I know they got financial backers, so these dudes can say whatever they want. PBC got heavy financial backers. But look, man, I'm gonna bounce up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. We back to 2 hours. Next week, I'm gonna go to 2.5 hours. Tomorrow we'll be back on for 2 hours. Gramos de Oro said, point blank interior, Canelo does what he wants and he's his own boss. Other fighters aren't, and that's the difference. Yeah, exactly. Heavy backers, bro. Exact. Phenomenal show. They've got monstrously heavy backers. I ain't worried about them getting money at all. Oh, hey, Rick Timms, hit me up. Hit me up on that phone. If anybody that has my phone number, hit me up. Because I lost a lot of contacts. But look, I'm out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat Turkey's comments, Kamal, and I'll respond to that. Hey, thank you, phenomenal show. Hey, Kamal, can you type that again? I won't get off before I address it. But KQKC was right behind you, so. I'm calling ice on a couple goals. Man, that's foul. Kamal's back in the building. I'm sorry, Kamal. What did you want me to talk about? That's my bad.
Yeah, I said this. I said there's a lot of people who are making it out like Turkey's this benevolent guy. He's doing things for altruistic purposes, and he's like the second coming of Christ. He's a messiah for boxing. And my point is that I've criticized Turkey when he needs it, and I've given him props like making better Bia than Beevil. I said if he was really this altruistic, benevolent guy that corporate media and many fans want to say, that he would be focused on making Benavidez and Canelo happen rather than Crawford and Canelo. We know the former, because we know that Canelo didn't want to fight either. And so if Crawford and Canelo happens, it's because he met his financial demands. But if Turkey was all that, he would be meeting Canelo's financial demands for Benavidez. That's what I wanted to get your thoughts on. Thanks.
Oh yeah, I think that's 100%. The only problem with that is that Turkey doesn't have David Benavidez and Turkey doesn't have Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight him. I don't really know what Turkey can do if a guy doesn't want to fight. And the fact of the matter is that the more money somebody makes, the more likely you are to run into that problem of them just saying no to a fight. You know, that's my take on that. Is that you're all that dude named Dave is handing out the ice number in the chat. Yeah, I don't think Turkey Al-Sheikh has the power to make that fight. But I do got to tell you that I do think Kamal Oz is about the most fair, is extremely fair when it comes to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Yeah, he thinks Golovkin's a bum. Give me 1 second. Yeah, but look, I'm going to get up out of here. Yeah, Dave went savage today. I'm fair about him too. F Turkey. I just don't like the fact that he's acting like he got all the money in the world. That shit is irritating. That shit is highly irritating. Curly J. Hey, man, y'all done messed up giving these black people an. Man, y'all are wild. But anyway, let me get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll be chopping it back up with you tomorrow. Thank y'all for big applause. Can we get applause in the building? Can we get some applause? Thank you to everybody that supported the channel. Thank you to everybody that supported the channel. For real, for real, for real. Thank you. Today, because we made our goal of 15 super chats. We actually beat it by a good amount. I know it says 14 there, but we got some cash apps that helped us support. I can't go till can everybody put some applause in the building? For real, man. These are the people that allowed us to have the show today. In conclusion, I will say thank you to everybody that supported. For real. Shout out to my guy, Big Dog Willie, LR, the phenomenal show with the 15 and Jeep Red Boy, that dude named Dave, Rick Champion, Alexis. Shout out to Alexis, Phoenix the Assassin. I think I got him, Rick Champion, and my guy, Soul Glow and Phoenix the Assassin. Thank you guys for supporting the channel today. But with that, I'm out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.